It's the early 1990s. The internet is new and barely making waves. Floppy disks are king, and the most high-tech thing in your office is a fax machine that whirs, screeches, and clunks like it's auditioning for a robot choir. Phones have cords, printers jam for sport, and if you need to look something up, you're flipping through a Rolodex or leaving a voicemail like a pro. And just when you think this is your average rise and fall story, it isn't. Because as the cracks start to show, instead of bailing, this guy floors it straight into chaos with office equipment. Enter Barry Minkoff, a 20-something business prodigy from California who founded a carpet cleaning company called ZZZZ Best. Yes, with 4 Zs, because apparently 3 just didn't scream trustworthy enough. Barry started the company in his parents' garage when he was just 16. By the time he was in his early 20s, he was being hailed as the next big thing in American business. He was featured on national talk shows, profiled in magazines, and even rang the opening bell on Wall Street. His company went public and was valued at over $300 million. Investors were throwing money at him like he was the Steve Jobs of steam cleaning. But here's the twist. The entire company was a fraud. ZZZZ Best wasn't just cooking the books, it was deep frying them. Barry had created fake invoices, fake insurance restoration jobs, and even rented empty buildings to convince auditors that his company was booming. He didn't just lie, he built an entire alternate reality. And how did he do it? With a fax machine. That's right. Barry literally faxed himself fake documents from different numbers to make it look like he had legitimate clients. He created a fake company called Interstate Appraisal Services to verify the restoration jobs. He even hired actors to pose as employees during surprise inspections. When auditors wanted to visit a job site, Barry and his team would rent a building, stage it overnight with equipment and signage, and walk the auditors through a completely fake operation. It was like a Hollywood set, except instead of filming a movie, they were defrauding banks and investors out of millions. But how long can you keep up a lie when your entire empire is built on toner ink, duct tape, and pure nerve? Eventually, the house of faxed cards collapsed. And it wasn't the FBI or the SEC that brought him down. It was a homemaker who had been overcharged a few $100s. She started asking questions, followed the paper trail, and tipped off the Los Angeles Times. The paper ran a story. The stock tanked, and the whole scheme unraveled in a matter of days. Barry was arrested, tried, and convicted on 57 counts of fraud, racketeering, and conspiracy. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison and ordered to pay $26 million in restitution.
Game over, right?
Not quite. Here's the kicker. After serving time, Barry claimed to have turned his life around. He became a pastor, a motivational speaker, and even a fraud investigator. He worked with the FBI to help catch other white-collar criminals. For a while, it looked like he had pulled off the ultimate redemption arc. But in true Barry fashion, the plot twisted again. While running his anti-fraud company, he was secretly short-selling stocks of the companies he was investigating. He was caught, convicted again, and sent back to prison. So yes, Barry Minkoff once fooled Wall Street with a fax machine, then helped the government stop people like his former self, and then became one of them again. That's not just a plot twist. That's a plot pretzel. Moral: you can fake success for a while, but you can't fax your way to integrity. Subscribe for more.